Thank you, Honourable Speaker. This morning, after failing to reach an equitable agreement, more than 300 workers at Metis and Michif Child and Family Services have gone on strike. According to the MGEU President, Kyle Ross, these workers are simply looking for the same salary their civil service counterparts make for doing the exact same work. Does this government believe it is fair that unionized workers at the Métis Authority earn less than those who do the same work in civil service?
The Honourable Minister of Families.
Miigwech to the member opposite for that important question. And as I've stated in the House, we are a government that supports workers and, more importantly, support those that are on the front lines that are working with Manitoba's most vulnerable children and families. And that's why we put an $11.3 million increase into CFS agencies' wages, which also includes $2.4 million for the Métis and Michif agencies that we're presently talking about today. We know that contracts, the agreements are best done at the table. It is my hope that folks will get back to the table and
Member's time has expired. The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a supplementary question.
Honourable Speaker, according to the MMF Minister for Métis CFS, the funds provided by government does not include the $1,800 retention bonuses or the additional salary step increase for each classification. In addition, this funding does not account for the shelter staff, which is a critical service ensuring children in care are safe and not living in hotel rooms. How are these children getting the supports they need to succeed or even to feel safe when in 1 month the MMF had to lay off over 60 critical workers and now more than 300 are on strike just to receive a fair wage?
The Honourable Minister of Families.
Miigwech to the member opposite. I would also encourage the member to, recognize that members opposite in the PC failed government left these workers since 2022 without a contract. They didn't feel it was in their interest as government to actually ensure that they were providing those dollars to support those workers. We've had to clean up their mess, and that's what we've done in our department. We've allocated an additional $2.4 million for Michif and Métis agencies' wages. We hope that folks will come to the table in a good way and get back to negotiations to ensure that those services are there, continue to be there for the Michif and Métis children that they service.
His time has expired. The Honourable Member for Tyndall Park on a final supplementary question.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. According to APTN news article, the Southeast CFS agency was scheduled to strike along the two Métis agencies. However, it was averted after an offer that met wage parity was received. 3 weeks ago, when the MMF was forced to lay off over 60 critical frontline workers, we were warned that a strike could be coming. Why has this government not been able to come to a fair deal with the two Métis agencies despite having 3 weeks to negotiate one?
The Honourable Minister of Families.
And the member knows that government isn't at the table of negotiations. That's between the union and also the agencies. I do want to just lift up and say miigwech to everybody that worked very, very hard to come to an agreement out southeast to ensure that they're going to be voting on that. And I quote here, Southeast CFS negotiations continued over the weekend and into today, and as a result, we have an offer that achieves what our members have been asking for, end quote, and that's by MGEU President Kyle Ross. I will table that. I think that they operated in a really good way, coming to the table to ensure that they were working on an agreement that everybody could agree with and doing what is in the best interest of the children that they service.